CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go, Carroll Links, and by Carroll Indoor Sports Center.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. We should have a good one for you here tonight as Century takes on Westminster in Carroll County boys basketball action. I'm Pat Stetzer from the Media Center. Joining me is former County boys basketball standout Devin Lesniak as we get set for the Knights and the Owls here at Westminster High School. Devin, you got the first place Knights and the Owls right behind them. You're looking forward to a good game here tonight.
Yeah, it should be a great game here tonight, too. Well-coached teams, and like you said, two of the top teams in the county, so I think we're going to be in for a treat.
I think so, and I hope so. We're going to have some more pregame coverage for you coming up before we tip things off. But first, a break to hear from our sponsors, but don't go away. The CMSportsNet Game of the Week coming right back.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Hungry? Genova's To Go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's To Go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's To Go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's To Go. Genova's To Go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's To Go.
Carroll Indoor Sports Center, celebrating its 30th season. 66,000 square feet of fields and courts. Rain or shine, multiple soccer and lacrosse leagues. Artificial turf fields and courts to rent. Party rooms and snack bar available. Summer camp for the kids. Safe indoor environment for athletes of all ages. Carroll Indoor Sports Center, your sport, anytime.
Welcome back, CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Century and Westminster getting set for boys basketball. Pat Stetzer and Devin Lesniak here with you. We're going to talk about both teams here for just a moment, and we're going to start with the Century Knights, the visiting team here out of Eldersburg. They are 14-1 overall, 9-0 in the Carroll County Athletic League. They've won 10 games in a row. Like Devin mentioned a minute ago, they're a good team this year under longtime coach George Wonder. Century going after its first county title since 2022, but it'll be the 8th for the program since 2014. Meanwhile, the Owls are 8-9 overall, but they're 8-2 in Carroll County play. Been a crazy season for Westminster. They're still in the hunt for the county crown. Westminster has won 2 games in a row and 4 of its last 6 coming into this home game against Century. Time to look at some team stats ahead of tonight's matchup between the Knights and the Owls as the fans continue to file into the gym. There you go, 14-1, 9-0 in the county, 10-game win streak, and the Century defense holding teams to less than 42 points per game. The Owls have won 2 straight. Their 8-9 record is a lot of non-county losses. Of course, they're 8-2 overall, giving up about 60 points a game. So it's going to be we'll talk more about it as it goes, but a matchup of that defense against Westminster's offense. Time for the players to watch, keeping eyes on it tonight. We got Nate Brown of Century and Tonic Zita of Westminster. There you see Brown leading the Knights in points per game, rebounds per game, and steals per game. And Zita does a little bit of everything for Westminster. He's the big key to their success. Devin, it's a matchup of some solid backcourt play. You have some experience in that realm, but how important is it, before we get started here, with either of those guys sort of set the tone for their team and give their team a good chance to win?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, having a little realm in that. I mean, being a point guard, you have two good point guards. I'm excited to watch this battle between both of them, seen both of them play, and both of them do a very good job of leading their teams, and think they're going to both put on a show for us tonight.
These county rivals met for the first time this season back on January 14th in Eldersburg, and CMSportsNet was there to bring you the highlights. So let's take a minute and take a look back at round one at the Castle. Century welcomed Westminster to the Castle in Eldersburg on January 14th for a Carroll County boys basketball game that pitted the top two teams in the standings. Century sets the tone when Nick Barron sinks a three-pointer on the Knights' opening possession. Barron has all of Century's points so far in the quarter, but Westminster's Charlie Molman denies him here with a nice block. The Owls get back into the game thanks in part to this three from Tonic Zita. Century leads 19-12 after one quarter behind 14 points from Barron. Century's Nate McLaughlin comes up with a steal, and the Knights are on the move. The extra pass finds Nate Brown, and the junior knocks down the triple. Century leads by 10 in the second quarter, and the Knights are up 12 at halftime. Daniel Riley sinks a three in front of the Century student section, and the Knights extend their lead to 32-20. A nice up and under move from Brown, and he draws the foul. Westminster ends the quarter on an 11-4 run, but Century leads 43-33 after three quarters. The Knights miss, but Barron finds his hands on the ball, and the senior takes it in for two. Century maintains a double-digit lead, and Coach George Wonder calls a timeout. Final score is Century 52, Westminster 41, behind 22 points from Nick Barron and 17 from Nate Brown. Century got that win earlier in the season. There are the updated Carroll County boys basketball standings. Century got that win against the Knights almost a month ago there. So there's the situation. Century 9-0, Westminster 8-2. A win tonight would give Century 10-0 record, and they would have beaten Westminster twice. So that would clinch the county title for the Knights. If the Owls win, they're still in the mix with a couple games left to go. We are about to hear the starting lineups and the introductions of both teams, and then we're going to tip this thing off here at Westminster. The Westminster Owls JV team took care of Century, and the Owls hoping for a sweep, although Century's a tough customer, as Devin knows, 14-1 this year. And as we'll talk more about it as the broadcast goes, Devin, but this just seems like another typical Century team, well coached by George Wonder. They go out and do the little things they have to do. You're never going to have a guy that's leading the county in rebounds or something like that, but they've got guys that can get the job done.
Yeah, they definitely do have good guys that can get the job done. They got guys that can score. They play hard, and with Georgia's team, they're always going to do a really good job playing defense, good team defense, fundamental, run their stuff.
Yep. And with Westminster, it's been a nice turnaround. They were under 500 last year, and they've turned it around under first-year coach John Forster, coming from the Littlestown, PA area where he coached, but he obviously played Carroll County basketball under Francis Scott Key, and John's done a good job. We'll talk more about him in a second, but here's Century starters, and we'll see the lineups here shortly. And it'll be fun. I think you're right. It's going to be fun to see the Nate Brown, Tonic Zita, even Nick Barron match up. And, of course, Brandon Barrett for Westminster and Shea Greenwood out coming off the bench as well tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's senior night for Westminster. The seniors will start. They have four seniors. All four of those guys will get a start tonight.
Good student section over there for the
Yeah,
Owls.
absolutely. It usually is. Charlie Molman has been a force to be reckoned with this year for Westminster. He will be one of the big missions tonight for Century's defense.
Absolutely.
Averaging close to is averaging a double-double. There's Zita. Connor Harris. That's cool that they have the moms are doing the handshakes with the seniors as they come out. That's pretty special. I think they practiced those for a couple days, Devin, before the game started.
And look at it, got it down.
They got it down, yeah.
Mom's doing the step back.
There's Ben Spratt and his mom. And we will pause now, and before we tip things off, it's the playing of the Star Spangled Banner. to see the lineups, and I'll ask you, keys to the game. We'll start with Westminster. What do the Owls, in your mind, just need to do early on and then continue to do to get a win against a really good Century team?
Yeah, I mean, talking with John earlier this week, Coach Forrester, I mean, they can, when you play Century, sometimes you can fall into their habits. Westminster, they need to run their stuff, play their game, and they got to attack the basket. Century's going to play off you a little bit. They're going to force you to take the outside shots, but I mean, Westminster has some guys that can get to the rim, so should be interesting.
And then if you're Century, obviously I would say just more what you've been doing all year. I mean, you haven't lost since back in December. You're doing something right when you're 14-1.
Yeah, I mean, with George at the helm, you know, they're going to sit down, they're going to play D, they're going to shoot a lot of threes. I mean, they can always shoot the ball, so Westminster's going to have to try to force them off the line, but Brown, he's tough getting to the hoop.
He is. Westminster definitely has the size advantage here as we tip this off. Dan Riley and Charlie Molman, and the Owls control the opening tip. This is Connor Harris at the top. He's one of the seniors that starts tonight. Oh, and a quick foul.
Quick foul on Brown.
It's not what Coach George Wonder wanted to see. He kind of leaned back in his chair.
Yeah. Not what he wanted to see on the first possession of the game.
13 seconds into the game. And his star guard is the first foul of the night.
I mean, one of the areas that I really think Westminster can attack, if they're going to run the pick and roll on the side here, some slips, because Century will look to either switch, or if it's the guard to big, they'll even do a heavy hedge right there, get the slip.
Molman cross court to Zita.
That's what's going to be open.
The shot doesn't go, and a good rebound from Dan Riley. And here comes Century.
That's what Century is going to want you to do. That's what Century wants to. They'll pack everything in. They'll force you to take those outside shots. Westminster's going to have to knock some of those down.
Good penetration, good passing. This is Nate Brown off the mark. Oh, nice job. Trying to knock it out of bounds was Carter Simmons, but Ben Spratt gathered the loose ball, and it's a turnover. And here come the Owls.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's what's going to be open if they can execute that screen. Quick slip to the basket, they'll get some looks.
Come the Knights again. This is Simmons.
Westminster sitting in the 2-3 zone.
I was just going to say a little zone defense to start. McLaughlin to Brown. Brown will try again for three, and he hits.
It's just so hard to go zone against a Century team because Coach Wonder's going to have 5 kids out there that can shoot it. So
give Nate Brown the first points. He's got 3, and it's 3-0 Century. Here's Charlie Molman for a 3. Won't go. Spratt trying to get the rebound, but it's knocked around, and Century has it. Here's Dan Riley in the corner. He hits a 3.
They'll get them up. They're going to have to get back and match up. Not really the start that Coach Forrester, I don't think, was hoping for.
No, not 6-0. 2 3-pointers on back-to-back possessions for Century. And give the senior a 3 now. Zita guarded by Simmons, up top to Molman. Now Harris, he'll try a 3, and he'll hit it. Connor Harris on senior night.
Knocking down the 3.
Cutting the lead in half here early on as we hit 5.5 to go in the first quarter.
Big answer there. They needed that.
Just to get him off the schneid a little bit, yep.
I really think, though, that Coach Forrester, I think he'll switch up and play a couple different defenses, starting with obviously the 2-3 zone here, but
almost threw it away. 4 to shoot.
Yeah, good look. Underneath
Barron, blocked away by Molman. Rebound was actually shot back up by Simmons. No good. Here come the Owls. 3 minutes into the game, 6-3 Century. Will Molman working down low. Simmons trying to guard him. It's Zita at the top of the key. He'll get to the basket. Lost a handle, and Nate Brown swats it away, and here comes Century. Brown stops. Riley back to Brown. He's open for a 3. Both Molman's there, collaborate on the rebound. It's Charlie with the ball. Switches hands, 1 too many dribbles. Here comes a steal. Barron the other way for Century. Nick Barron.
The block.
Blocked away. Back and forth we go here. Harris dribbles it up. And knocked off Harris. That's Nate McLaughlin, and here come the substitutions for Westminster into the game. Shea Greenwood and Brandon Barrett. So Connor Harris coming out after a senior day start.
We're gonna stick with the 2-3 down here on defense.
So I mentioned Nick Barron a second ago. He had missed a couple games with an ankle injury. He's still a little gimpy. It was going to be I asked Coach Wonder about his starter a couple days ago, and he had a TBD for the 5th one. I said, give me a name, just give me anything. And he said, I'll be positive and say Barron, and then Barron makes the start. So
yeah, I saw Coach Wonder last weekend out at the store, and he said he wasn't sure if Barron was going to be ready for this one. He said it was hoping he was going to be ready for it.
Yeah, but he's out there. Game time decision kind of a thing. 5 to shoot. Barron's going to have to put it up. Baseline shot a little strong. Will Molman with the rebound. So Barron is definitely favoring the ankle. We're going to see how long that goes. Ooh, almost a dangerous pass there. Molman to Barrett. Barrett goes down the lane, draws a foul.
Good take by Barrett there. Coming and being aggressive.
The foul is on number 5, Nate McLaughlin. That's his first. Second for the team, and Brandon Barrett will go to the line for 2. First one rattles around and does not go in. Second one a little bit flat, and he's 0 for 2 from the line. Nate Brown with the rebound. So offense had a premium here so far in the first 5 minutes, but you know, it takes a little time sometimes for these two guys to sort of get a rhythm.
Going zone 2, slowing them, trying to slow Century down a little bit here.
That's a good point. This is Brown, top of the key, or I should say top of the arc, guarded by Zita. Poked away from Simmons. This is Riley makes a man miss. Riley for 3. It's long, but long rebound goes to Brown. He'll take a 3 off the mark, and Shea Greenwood let that roll out of bounds. It'll be Westminster's ball with 2:49 to go.
Dodged 2 bullets there.
Yep.
They, 2 good looks for Century there. So, but with a Century team, you know they'll keep shooting them.
This is Greenwood guarded by Riley.
They got to take advantage of that switch there if they're going to switch a guard onto Molman, which he just did there. He took him to the basket.
Took him to the basket from the free throw line. Charlie Molman's first points, and it's 6-5.
Yeah, if Century's going to, if they're going to switch that screen there, you got Molman. He can score. He's got the height, size.
Yeah, the height. He can also shoot from the outside.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah, he's had a good year. Simmons got to look for 3. Short. Might have got tipped by Barrett. And here come the Owls. Here's Greenwood. He'll stop and he'll go for 3 and sink it. Shea Greenwood hit 6 of them against Key on Monday. He gets his first, and the Owls have their first lead.
Yeah, like I was telling you earlier, I watched him during the holiday tournament, and he's not bashful with them getting them up, and he can shoot it. Double dribble.
A little hesitation by McLaughlin. Little disjointed right now, Century. And Nick Barron, rather. Oh, he's coming in. I thought he was coming out. The substitution was Braden Davis for Brown. And Barron will stay in, trying to keep that ankle loose.
He does look a little.
You see he's got the left one taped up pretty good, or at least has a brace on it. Here's Zita. That's his bread and butter. He lost it going up. And here comes Barron. Century has 1:20. This is Dan Riley now with Greenwood on him in front of the Westminster student section. All the way across the other side.
Got to really try to get it into the middle of this zone here. Yep, one more.
The extra one, Dan Riley. Good defense.
Doing a good job here on D.
Long 3 from McLaughlin off the mark, and Westminster has it. So the zone is paying off.
It is,
Devin,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, they're being, those first 2 possessions when they gave up the 2 open threes, they're being a lot more aggressive in there now within the zone.
Will Molman just turned, knocked out of bounds by Barron, and Yeah, and I'm definitely not a trainer or a doctor, but I can tell that Nick Barron is affected by something. Wincing and really trying to gut this out.
Yeah, you can definitely tell.
Yeah. We'll see how long that goes in this game. He's an important piece to Century for sure. Greenwood doubled baseline, back out to Molman for three is short. Will Molman gets the rebound, and Westminster can start fresh up. Zita's going to take a three. Charlie Molman rebound. Back out. Greenwood will fire.
Yes.
Foul. Push on the yep. Foul on Westminster is going to be Charlie Molman. So three good looks there, or at least three looks that Westminster thought they liked. And McLaughlin's coming out, and Barron's coming back in. 27.8 to go, 8-6 Westminster leads.
And Charlie's kind of being a force on the boards here. They're gonna have to. He's gotten a couple on the defensive end, but then it's two offensive rebounds too. So Century's gonna have to try to keep him off the glass.
Century can hold it for the last shot here if they want. 15 to go.
This is one of the smaller teams that I can think that George has had.
I think you might be right. 5 to go. Brown will just take up a three. It's long. Barrett, good if it goes. Ooh, hit the rim. No good. And that is the end of the first quarter. A little light in the points department, but back and forth we go between these two rivals. And after one quarter, Westminster has its first lead there with that last basket they made. It's 8-6 in favor of the Owls here in Westminster High School's gym. I think that story so far is we've only been 8 minutes in, but that zone is definitely helping Westminster big time.
Yeah, I mean, they gave up those, Century at back-to-back threes there in the first couple possessions and then didn't score again. So they got a lot more aggressive in the zone, making sure they're getting out to shooters and stuff like that. And if they can do that, then they have a good chance at taking this one home.
Yeah, and so far so good. You see Coach John Forster there in his first season. Again, just done a good job with Westminster, and they had talent coming back from last year, and he's done a really good job. And we know what kind of a job Coach George Wonder does at Century. He is Century boys basketball. His 23rd season, 350-plus wins. He got past 200 wins in the county this year, career. So, I mean, it just keeps stacking them up. He hadn't had a losing season in a long time. You played against him in your days. I mean, it's always a fight when you play a Century team. And almost every time you're going to get a well-coached effort and a good, strong effort from the Knights.
Oh, yeah, always with Coach Wonder, you're always going to get that. And like you said, he doesn't, whatever kind of team he has, they run what they run. Doesn't really go away from that, and they do what Century basketball does. But yeah, like you said, John's done a great job. Great job with the Westminster team.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The kids like playing for him. It's a new face, new perspective. Carter Simmons.
That's what they're going to need to do. They're going to need to, they get the ball on the inside, at the high post there. They're going to either have someone down in the low. It's going to create that advantage for them on the other side.
So Carter Simmons hits for three for Century, and that could soften the zone a little bit too, right? If you hit those shots outside. And there's Charlie Molman. He scores and the foul.
Yeah, that's a good adjustment there too by Coach Forster getting him. I don't know. Like we were talking about the size for Century. They're gonna have a tough time guarding him.
Foul goes on Dan Riley. It's his first, and Charlie Molman misses the free throw, but Shea Greenwood tracks down the ball. Offensive board. Molman to Zita. Back to Molman, and the Owls will set up. These boards will come up big as this game goes on. I know it's still early in the second quarter, but see how this plays out. So Barron is out right now. Oh, nice block by Simmons. Carter Simmons. Or was that Nate Brown? I think that was Simmons. 10.
I think, it was, yeah.
Nice job by him. That's a turnover, and the Knights can take the lead. Yeah, so Barron is on the bench, and he is not 100%. Again, one of the top scorers in the county, as is Nate Brown. McLaughlin gets in the middle of the D.
That's good right
nice
there.
Pass backed out. Braden Davis, that was a good pass to Riley from about 10 feet. He just came up a little strong on the...
Yeah, that's good offense there.
You like that shot and that the movement by a Century.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good shot.
Barrett.
Good take.
It was a good take. Slide step, it counts. 12-9. Give Brandon Barrett, 2 points. And it's a 3-point lead for the home team. Yeah, almost poked away by Zeta. They're going to get him on a reach. And Nick Barron checking back in for Century. So it's going to be a gut check tonight for Nick Barron.
Yeah. But like you said, play against a team like Westminster, they're going to need him out there. But you can definitely tell by the faces he's making.
The faces, he's sweating a little more than everybody else.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough for him as it goes on. Keep it loose when you have to pivot, cut. I'm assuming, again, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, that's good.
Gave up the easy 2. That 3 rattled off the rim, and Molman gets the board. Here comes Westminster.
With the first couple possessions of the second quarter here, looks like Coach Wonder really said at the end of the first quarter, we got to get the ball in the high post.
Double dribble by Westminster, so a turnover for the Owls. And now the Knights will have it. Yeah, so who made the adjustments, right? And in between the quarter, who made the adjustments? Who can do this for the first couple minutes to reestablish themselves?
Yeah.
Braden Davis was open there for a second in the low post, but
yeah, he's running down there in the corner.
Simmons for 3 again. Carter Simmons. So if he heats up, that's big time for Century. We're tied up 12-12.
Yeah, I know talking with Coach Wonder, he definitely wants, he's got a smooth stroke, definitely wants him to shoot more than he usually does.
He's got 6 of their 12 points. Here's Shea Greenwood again for 3 points. Shea Greenwood's got 2 of those. And now the offenses may start to pick up a little bit. 15-12, 3 minutes into the second quarter.
The Century's gonna have to get up on him, Shea. He can stroke it.
Barrett came over to double and then backed off. 10 to shoot. Here's Nate Brown. This is Barron. He can take a 3. Nick Barron from long range as he slowly gets back on defense. It's 15-all now. Give Nick Barron his first points of the night.
Coach Forrester wasn't too happy on that one, especially Century didn't get the ball to the other side either, so just stayed on the same side and getting an open 3.
Nice give and go. Here's Charlie Molman with the left hand. It's going to be a foul. Let's see. Yep, going to be a foul on Nick Barron for a reach on Molman. Molman is a beast under there with the boards.
He is.
When he puts his mind to it, it's going to be his ball more often than not.
Yeah, he really is. He's been dominant down in the paint so far with rebounding.
Guarded by, tough shot. Guarded by, that's Logan Hoot, 6'4", senior for Westminster. That was a high arc off the glass and good defense by Barron, but the bucket goes for Hoot.
Yeah,
and it's 17-15.
Good D, just better up.
Yes. Poked away, Barrett pokes it away from Riley. It will stay with Century. 15 to shoot and 3:51 to go in the second quarter. Simmons will try another 3, and he's got another one. Carter Simmons gives Century the 1-point lead, and Simmons has 9 points. All 3 of them, or all 3 of his field goals, rather, are 3s.
I heard Coach Forrester down there saying nobody's in the corner down there, so that's his lower wing guy that he wants to cover that, and he didn't come out. So just a little communication in the zone on back-to-back possessions here.
Shot clock is winding down. Yep, good hustle by Century.
One more to Brown.
Nate Brown for 3 off the front of the rim. Oh, they're going to get Barron for another foul. I heard it. We heard the slap from here.
The smack,
yeah, that's 2 on Nick Barron. Frustration foul there a little bit too. When you're behind the defender. As a defender, you're behind him. And Barron comes out. Nate McLaughlin checked back in for Century. 3:02 to go. 18-17. Century leads.
Yeah, Barron getting a little rest.
Any you can get in this game, right? It's a big deal. So Century still matching up man-to-man on defense. Charlie Molman came out. Let's see what they call here. Up 3 seconds. 13, it's Will Molman just parked in the lane a little too long. And Charlie Molman comes back in.
Quick break.
Hoop comes out. Brown and McLaughlin in the backcourt with Simmon, Dan Riley, and Braden Davis in a little bit of a small forward spot there. There's a good pass out. Simmon will take that up and pass it up.
Good pass. That's what they need to do.
Nice give and go. Well, not give and go, but a nice pass with Riley cutting in. And now the Knights are up by 3.
If they get the ball to that other side and flash and get it to the corner and flash high post, it's going to be a tough guard for Westminster.
Will Molman with a pretty good take. Good rebound, though, behind McLaughlin. And Century will slow things down with 2 minutes to go in the second quarter.
Now they're going to switch. They're going to switch to a 1-3-1 here. I had a feeling he was going to switch a couple defenses.
And a foul. A turnover and then a foul. Molman.
That's a great switch there by Coach Forrester coming down, going from the 2-3, giving up a couple easy buckets, switch to the odd front there in the 1-3-1.
Checking in for Century, Braden Smarsley, a 6'1" junior forward, number 22, so he comes in. McLaughlin comes out. McLaughlin's got 2 fouls. They've got 4 with 1:50 left, so the next foul will be the shooting foul against Century in this quarter.
So now they got Brown there it is. So they're going to get heavy help.
Zita will drive, kick it back out. Greenwood goes up there, a little bit of a crazy shot, a little awkward. Yeah, lost his balance. Toss it up with the left hand, didn't go in. 80 seconds left.
Now they're back to the 2-3, so they just went to the 1-3-1 for 1 possession.
Just a little wrinkle, right?
Yeah.
Just throw something. Oh, they're going to get Century for 3 seconds.
Wow, 2 3-second calls.
I didn't notice what number it was.
It was on Riley. Down in the bottom, Riley down in the
Austin.
Right below the block.
They were trying to get Austin Scholes in the game, but did not happen. He'll come in next spot. 1 minute. Molman baseline. Zita in the corner for 3. Good. Count it. Tonic Zita.
Good pass there by Molman.
His first points of the evening, and it's 20-20.
It's a good ball right there. Good swing to the opposite corner.
Brown and
back to the 1-3-1.
Davis now in the backcourt. Yep, 1-3-1. Brown will step up to the arc. 30 seconds. 10 to shoot. All the way across in front of the students. Simmon. Riley now in the post. Riley fade away. Oh, but it's kept alive.
Man,
Smarsley off the glass and good. Left hand layup. Braden Smarsley. 10 to play.
Man, good defensive stop and then getting ready to go down. And
Zita, long 3. Good! Tonic Zita claps his hands and the half ends with a buzzer beater from Tonic Zita.
Yeah, Tonic 2 threes there to end the half, get him going a little bit.
6 points for the senior guard, and it gives Westminster a 1-point lead. A fun finish there to that second quarter. And we have reached halftime here at Westminster High School. The Owls 23, the Knights 22. Devin, quick thoughts on what we saw here in that second quarter. It took the offense a little time to get going, but it was a good finish to that second quarter.
Yeah, that was a great finish there. I think both teams there in the second quarter kind of picked it up there. A little slow. I mean, anytime a team's going to play a zone, it's going to slow the pace of the game down a little bit, but Westminster's trying to do a couple different things with the 2-3, switching it up to the 1-3-1 with the different fronts there up top. And then, Century on the defensive end, they're gonna fight down there. Like I said, they don't have. It seems like in the past they've had like that staple big, you know, and they more small ball, I would say. So they're switching and they're fighting down there.
There you go, Carter Simmons, 9 points. Shea Greenwood with the 6 points, 11 3-pointers combined in the first half between the Knights and the Owls. All right, everybody, sit tight. We're going to take a quick break. Before we do, we're going to see some of the first half highlights. The 2 threes early for Century, Devin, got things going.
Yeah, they made the 2 threes early, and then Westminster kind of picked it up there in the zone, being more aggressive. You know, Coach Forrester was saying you got to get out on the shooters, so they were getting out there.
Yeah, we'll talk more about what we saw in the first half. We're going to take a quick break. Everybody sit tight. We'll be back, though, with more CMSportsNet Game of the Week right after this.
976-908.
Gear up. Adult volunteers are needed for robotics tournaments. First Chesapeake, part of a global robotics community for youth ages 4 to 18, seeks adult volunteers to serve as referees, judges, and support staff at tournaments across Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia, each year from November to April. No robotics experience is required. These free events inspire youth to explore STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, while fostering leadership and teamwork. Volunteer today. Sign up online at firstchesapeake.org/volunteer. Let's gear up for the future.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Carroll Indoor Sports Center, celebrating its 30th season. 66,000 square feet of fields and courts. Rain or shine, multiple soccer and lacrosse leagues. Artificial turf fields and courts to rent. Party rooms and snack bar available. Summer camp for the kids. Safe indoor environment for athletes of all ages. Carroll Indoor Sports Center, your sport, anytime.
Welcome back to the CMSportsNet Game of the Week here from Westminster High School. Your halftime score, Westminster Owls 23, the Century Knights 22. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Pat Stetzer and Devin Lesniak here with you in the gym at Westminster. We started to see a little tease what we're going to watch here momentarily, but the difference between the first and the second quarters where Westminster got that zone going well for them, and then Century made the adjustments in the second quarter that led them to this 1-point game. Yeah, they did make the adjustments there. They really did a good job of hitting the corner, getting into the high post, and getting it to the other side, and that was able to free Simmon up for a couple open shots there, and it's leading the way for him there. Got a couple open looks over there. They did, and we also saw Charlie Molman, do what he's been doing all year. He can hit it from the free throw line. He can step back and hit a three. He can also muscle up and get those rebounds. He's a big reason why they are 8-2 in the county. Yeah, I mean, he's first time watching them too in the Christmas tournament against River Hill. He was
he was dominant on the glass, and definitely with having the size here and his athleticism.
How about a game like so far out of Carter Simmons? I know like Century knows that Nick Barron is 100%. Someone else is going to be asked to maybe fill those shoes a little bit. Not that Carter hasn't done that all year, but 3 threes tonight. Yeah. And here's one right here in our highlights. I mean, exactly what Century needed to be back in the game.
Yeah, they did. They definitely needed him, and getting the ball to the other side there. Simmons, knocking down 3 threes there. Good ball rotation there from Century.
Century had a lead there late, but Tonic Zeta canned that 3 right before the half, and that's our score there, 23-22. Only 3 free throws taken and none made so far, and Century hasn't gotten to the line there. Like I said, 11 combined three-pointers, 6 for the Knights and 5 for the Owls. And a player matchup we've noticed so far, a little trend here. Carter Simmons, the 3 threes, and Shea Greenwood, 2 threes. So give those guys 5 3-pointers combined, and hey, look, sometimes it doesn't come from the guy you expect. We saw Shea Greenwood hit 6 of them against Francis Scott Key in their win Monday, and we know Century, like you mentioned, Devin, they love to shoot the 3-pointer.
Yeah, and especially when Westminster's going zone. I mean, that's going to open up the 3-point line.
No doubt. All right, time to check in with the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. It actually comes from right here at Westminster High School. Senior girls wrestlers rounding into form and getting ready to go after another county championship. We're going to check in with the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week right now. The latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week, Caroline McCann, Westminster Wrestling. Caroline, big weekend, Queen of the Jungle, first place in your weight class. I think 4-0 and 3 pins, if not mistaken. Yep. What was the experience like, first off, going on the road against Queen Anne's, who you guys wrestled with back here at practice during the holidays? What was that like last weekend to do what you guys did?
It was fun. We saw a lot of girls that we've seen through tournaments earlier in the season, so it was nice to be able to see all the competition.
You always want to go out there and do your best, but to get a win like that kind of late in the season with championships coming up, what's it do for you personally, and sort of like getting your mind right, getting your body right for what might be coming at counties, regionals, and states? Yeah,
it definitely tells me what I should keep focusing on in practice and what I should do going forward, showing me like my weaknesses, my strengths.
Now you have the county title from last year, so you have that memory of being in this gymnasium and like knowing what it takes to get it done. Right now, physically, where are you? I know this long season. I know you have the knee brace on sometimes. Yeah. We saw you last week, I think, get a win, a little bit of a limp. Everyone's feeling something this time of the year. How are you feeling right now as we get into the last few weeks of the season?
A little banged up, but mentally strong, so we're ready to go.
How much does what you guys achieved last year, and you personally winning the county title individually, having a good success? I know it's a whole year ago, but it's got to give you good, mental, preparation in terms of like what's coming up next, like you said. Does that give you that added advantage, you think, as we get ready for the end of the season, as you want to do well at states as well? So, where are you right there in terms of the mental aspect of things, as we only have a few weeks to go?
Yeah, I think knowing what to expect is important, and having that confidence of knowing you've been there before and knowing what you got to do to get it done.
All right, well, congrats on a great week and good luck the rest of the year. Caroline McCann, the latest CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week.
CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week is brought to you by Barnes-Bollinger Insurance.
All of our winter selections so far in 2024-2025. All right, we are about to tip off the second half. Devin, keys to the second half. I mean, we talked a little bit about it at halftime, just the way Westminster's defense was able to kind of keep Century in check for the most part. I would imagine they're going to continue to do some of the same things they did in the first half.
Yeah, I mean, just staying aggressive, staying active down here, especially if they're going to stay in the zone, not giving up many open looks. And only, for both teams, just limiting just to the one shot, getting a defensive rebound, not giving up offensive rebounds. I know we saw a couple of them in the second quarter, so just limited for both teams, just limited to one shot, getting the rebound and getting out.
And then with Century, I mean, you had to like what you saw out of Carter Simmons, and of course, Nate Brown is going to probably do his best to start to heat up. And we didn't start the clock, so we weren't quite ready for action yet. We're going to start the clock now and start things over.
Coach Tomes down there.
George Wonder giving him some grief. I think the plug might have come out. I'm not going to give Coach Tomes any grief here. As the AD Tomes now, not Coach Tomes.
Yeah, not Coach Tomes. I always refer to him as Coach Tomes.
I got it. Yep, I got it.
But down there, running the clock.
Getting the shot clock and the game clock correct. Going to put 26 on it, and we are set to go now. So take two as the third quarter tips off. Maybe some home cooking there from Mr. Tone. No,
yeah, maybe.
Just kidding.
Not running the clock.
anything to get one over on his old buddy George Wonder at Century. Of course, Brian Tomes coached Liberty basketball, and those games are always super fun.
Good help there.
Yeah, and a turnover on the first possession, so Century has a chance to regain the lead.
Century's going to pack it in there with the help side, so it's going to be the ball reversal to the other side, like we saw 1 or 2 times Westminster did it in the first half, but getting the ball to the other side. But yeah, like you said, I have a feeling Brown's going to be he's going to be aggressive here to start the second half.
On cue, a little baseline jumper won't go. Good shot though by Brown. He was slow starting when they played last week against FSK, and then I believe scored couple of his 25 points in the second half. So yeah, he can heat up if they need him. He's been a huge reason for Century's success this year, but of course we know the Knights have a lot other guys that contribute as well. That ball knocked away by Century. 9 to shoot for Westminster. 1-point lead early here, third quarter. Glad you're with us on the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Inbound, Brandon Barrett under his own basket. Gets it to Greenwood. He will dribble inside. That's blocked away by Brown. So that's the second time this year, I think, today, that Brown has done that.
Yeah, got him in the corner there.
Had him for a second. Will Molman came back around on defense. McLaughlin drives in. Here's Nate Brown open for a 3. Short. Tapped up by Dan Riley, but picked up by Shea Greenwood. And Westminster comes away with the ball. No points yet. Almost 2 minutes into the third quarter. Defense has been key here for both teams so far. Will Molman right down the lane and scores. Good take by the senior. And Westminster leads by 3.
Against Century's defense, that's a good place to attack from, is that gap there, foul line extended.
Dan Riley has all day to spot up, and Dan Riley connects. Give the assist to Simmon, and Dan Riley in the near corner has a 3, and he has tied the game at 25 all. Nice pass inside, Will Molman. That got George Wonder out of his chair. Something he didn't like on defense.
Back-to-back possessions, both teams tried to go for steals, and it ended up, I know Coach Forrester wasn't happy with the going for the steal up here.
Barron had double team there underneath. Got it back on the perimeter. Here's Riley again. He'll spot up. I thought that was going in. I called it too soon. It was just off the back of the iron. It did look good, yeah. But give Brandon Barrett the rebound. Here comes Westminster. Charlie Molman all the way across court. Zita. Double team in the post. Zita fade away. That's a tough shot.
That was a tough shot.
And Simmon will gather it.
We haven't seen many 2 attempts from Century tonight inside the arc.
That's true. That might be Century basketball right there.
I'd say so.
Well, some of that is the size, right? Like they're not going to get too many fast breaks or things like that. But Westminster has a better chance of maybe getting some of those inside shots to go. Credit Westminster's defense for that too. 3 to shoot. McLaughlin will spot up. And he comes up short, and Shea Greenwood gets the rebound, and Westminster will slow it down. Up by a deuce, 27-25 here as we hit the midway point coming up here in the third quarter. Fast-moving game here on Friday night in Westminster.
Yeah, there really hasn't been many whistles.
There's one, and Shea Greenwood gets it to go. Nate McLaughlin upset.
Yeah, good move by Shea there.
See, they call that foul on.
Thought it was on McLaughlin.
I thought so too. Century tried to jump in. I think they called it on Brown. Unless they haven't changed the scoreboard, it's Nate Brown with a foul. That's his second. Team's first, but this is Greenwood to try to make it a 3-point play.
Yeah, I thought that was on McLaughlin.
I did too, but Greenwood completes it. And Nick Barron's coming out. And just not quite able to do much. Yeah, you can see it on his face. In comes Braden Davis for Nick Barron. You know he wanted to play. He certainly got himself ready to play, but
I give it up to him, get himself ready to play.
Sometimes it's tough. McLaughlin gets inside, gets it back out to Simmons. McLaughlin inside again, turnover right to Will Molman. Nate McLaughlin, the sophomore, trying to do his best there, but
he did a good job getting down into the lane. Maybe a little pull up there.
Yeah, perhaps. Will Molman was there for the pick. Nice pass, brother to brother. Charlie Molman to Will Molman. And a timeout Century. And John Forster's fired up, and rightfully so. Really good possessions for the Owls down here, Devin.
Yeah, I heard him saying at the end of the first half, he said, we got to get the quick swing and then look for the slip with the big that's setting the ball screen over here, and they finally got it. So he's pretty amped up after that.
He was indeed. 30-second timeout called by Coach George Wonder. And the Owls on a run here. They lead 32-25. Great pass. It was a good look and a great finish. Charlie Molman to Will Molman. You know, before we came on, we watched their senior night festivities. Only 4 seniors, and it was funny to hear Will Molman, the senior, credit Charlie for getting him to play basketball, convincing him to play basketball.
Did hear that.
Will's had a great year, too, for Westminster this year. So always fun to see siblings on the court together. And it happens more often than not, at least to me, it's feeling more frequent these days that sisters and brothers playing together for varsity and teams and JV teams, for that matter, in Carroll County. So,
well, we got with coaches. You got You got John Forrester and Tyler over at Key, and then you got George and
Chris Wonder
over at Manchester Valley. So
indeed.
Not only on the court here in Carroll County.
Skied that pass. Westminster making this very hard for Century right now.
He switched they went back to the 1-3-1.
That was a big bucket that they needed right there. Braden Smarsley in the far corner, much needed hoop.
Yeah, that was huge.
32-28. Good passing there by Century after almost a near turnover along the end line, the sideline, I should say. This is Connor Harris in the game now for Westminster. Zeta gets the screen from Molman. Oh, they had it momentarily.
Had him again.
Harris will bring it back out to Zeta. 10 to shoot.
Simmons fronting him down there.
Zeta! The bank is open for the senior on senior night. That's when you know things are going your way. Tonic, Zeta, just like he drew it up.
Yeah, he's hit his last 3 threes now.
He has. He's got 9. Riley in the corner. Simmons, he's got a good look. Just a little strong, and a big board from Charlie Molman. So Green, go ahead.
Yeah, Westminster kind of has a 7-point lead here.
Yep.
Get another bucket here. Keep on getting stops.
They're in good shape right now.
Coach Forrester would like. That's what's open right there.
Just a little strong was Charlie Molman. He did a good job to pump fake his defender.
That swing and then hitting that slip guy going in there. And like we said, he has the height advantage. Just didn't quite finish.
Zeta and Greenwood each have 9. And Simmons has 9 and Riley has 8. Those are the point leaders for Westminster and Century respectively. 10 to shoot. Minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Smarsley kind of stuck. Here is Nate Brown. Almost got that one to go. Does not go. He's having a tough go of it here so far. Is Nate Brown.
Yeah, he's gotten a couple good looks here. A couple in and out.
Here's Zeta. He'll try another 3. Why not? Ooh, big rebound by Nate Brown.
Yeah,
he went up high to get that for him.
Great rebound.
If that had gone
One
in,
more.
the students would have gone off here in Westminster. Harris on Brown, good defense there. No foul called. Simmons tried to go inside. Nope, nothing there.
One more.
Smarsley from this corner, no good. And that board goes to Will Molman. Here comes Tonic Zeta. Harris. Actually, pretty good defense straight up. Yeah, no foul called and probably a good no whistle. Harris anticipated the contact, and then there's a reaching foul. So that's a good. Oh, technical foul. That's not what you want if you're Westminster. Might have been something said. You got to keep your cool, right? In a game like this, got to keep your cool. So it's a technical foul issued to Connor Harris. So it'll be 2 shots awarded to Century from the free throw line. Oops, sorry about that. 2 shots awarded to Century from the free throw line. It'll be Daniel Riley taking the free throws.
That could be a big momentum change in this game.
Yeah, it could be. We'll see. Right, late in the third quarter here. He hits them both. It cuts it to 5. Missed the first one. Is that maybe Century's first free throw attempt of the game?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. And we didn't have that many in the first half either. Maybe 2 or 3.
Now Westminster's only 1 for 5. So free throws a little struggle here tonight, but it should be Westminster's ball now coming out. So 35-29, 6-point lead. John Forrester talking to Connor Harris about.
Yeah, he said when he came off, he just said, look at the score, look at the time.
Oh, my bad. It's Century's ball. I was mistaken. I second-guessed myself there. But, yeah, the Knights have a chance here to do a little damage here.
Could cut it to a 1-possession game going into the 4th here.
Right, because it was a foul call on Harris, and he got the technical, so Century's ball. Yeah, absolutely. 10 to shoot. Nate Brown just inside the logo. Going to get a screen. Going to go inside. Nate Brown. Oh, it's about a second and a half to tick away, but that was a big shot and a big swing there. What a 3-point swing for Century.
Yeah, that was a big swing there, like you said.
That could be the shot that gets Nate Brown going. We'll see. But to this point, it's been a Westminster heavy game, and the Owls lead this one by 4 after 3 quarters. Westminster 35, Century 31. The Owls had themselves quite a run there in the middle of that third quarter. What were some of the reasons why? I think it was the passes you were talking about to get down low.
Yeah, I mean, they're swinging the ball. Good job rotating the ball and getting it down there. And then on the defensive end, I mean, they're playing aggressive. And I mean, Century's not that quarter. Century literally wasn't hitting their shots.
They're working for those shots, right?
Yeah, they were. I mean, a lot of them came with 8 seconds or less on the shot clock. So, I mean, they're kind of more so rush threes at the end of the shot clock that they're taking. And
that was a big one there in the corner by Smarsley. They really needed that one to sort of get them back into it. And then Santonic Zeta banks that one in. But a big shot there, too, that kind of rattled around and went in for Nate Brown.
Yeah, like you said, maybe that, and he's had a couple that went in and out there. A little rough go of it right now, but maybe get them going here, going into the 4th.
And it's their ball to inbound here as the 4th starts, and they're down 4. So interesting time here in the next minute to 2 minutes to see how the Knights respond. They got the technical foul. They made one of the 2 free throws, and they hit a bucket. So 3 points in the last 30 seconds for Century. And here we go, 4th quarter underway. Paul Berge in for the first time, I think maybe tonight.
Yeah, it is the first time in for tonight.
Brown, good defense from Zeta. Here's Riley in the far corner. No good. Simmon tried to get the rebound. Molman swats it away. Berge gets the ball.
Went up for it. Good hands by Molman.
Berge, the sophomore, now in the backcourt with Zeta, the senior. There's Berge in front of the students. Gets the screen from Charlie Molman. Swing around to Zeta. Greenwood set the check back in. Tough pass. Will Molman throws it up. It goes in.
The brother connection's working
Will
here in the
Molman
second
surprised
half.
himself. Look at his face.
Throw a fastball at him.
Surprised himself there. It made me laugh. Will Molman came up saying, ooh, that went in. It was a fastball. And Century had 3 defenders, I think, down there, and gives Molman the 3-point play. 38-31, a 7-point Owls lead into the first minute of action in the 4th quarter. Smarsley, not afraid to take that 3. Rebound, Simmon will try a 3. No good.
He hasn't had many open looks here in the second half.
Smarsley going to try another one.
I mean, they're going to keep on, they'll keep firing them up.
3 rebounds, 3 offensive boards go Century's way here on this possession.
Yeah, a couple tap outs there.
The long board sometimes is your best friend. Yeah, he had Smarsley in the corner. I saw it. Nate Brown missed everything. It's been one of those nights so far for Century. Still a lot of game left, but Westminster is in command right now, up 7, 38-31.
It's always a scary thing to go. It's always a scary thing to try to go zone against Century, but they have the. Great call there.
Call a foul on Century. McBaron going to try to come back in. That bucket went in. Greenwood scored.
Westminster has the length, though, with the 3 guys in the back. They're long, athletic.
So it's going to be Westminster's ball. And I think an offensive foul on the change of possession. So back to
after it went
the
in,
Owls.
yes.
Yeah, or a foul. Right, I mean, offensive foul. Oh, another foul. So 2 quick fouls there for Century. Westminster's up 9, their biggest lead of the night for sure. And that's 3 fouls already in this quarter. And a timeout's going to be called by John Forster. Full timeout.
Yeah, full. See if he can draw something up here out of the for the out of bounds under here, but
they might smell. Sorry, they might smell blood here. Westminster blood in the water for sure.
And up 9. Yeah, up 9.
You got a rowdy student section. You got threes going on to beat the buzzer. You got banked in shots. Everything's going their way. Just a reminder, our Game On next week, our weekly magazine show where we cover everything that has to do with Carroll County High School sports, is going to take place on Tuesday, February 11th. That'll premiere at 7 p.m. as we get ready for a little bit of a different week next week. We have a game of the week coming for you, not on a Friday, but on a Wednesday. But anyway, Game On will be Tuesday, February 11th. Of course, weather permitting, I already looked at the forecast. Doesn't look all that great next week. But our Game of the Week broadcast next Wednesday, it's going to be Liberty at Century. Always fun when the Knights and Lions play. And you know what? As this game sits right now, that game can be pretty big. So we'll see. Stay tuned. But our Game of the Week next week is Wednesday, February 12th. And that will be Liberty at Century. And here we are, Westminster.
See what John Forster
drew
up out of the.
Right, with Westminster leading by 9.
Like you said, blood in the water, up, down 9.
Yeah, still 6 minutes, of course, but strike while you can, right? I mean, if you can start another shot, another miss down the other end, Shea Greenwood, that's easy. That's easy for Shea Greenwood.
Yeah, he's pretty fired up.
He is.
I mean, they got the length here, sitting in the zone, giving Century some troubles here. Like I was saying, you don't always want to go zone against a Century team, but when you have the length there and from those 3 in the back, and I mean, Barrett's got some athletic length to him too.
Greenwood's got 13 points. He leads all scorers right now. Simmons 's got 5 to shoot. Nick Barron just can't push off. Simmons will take a 3. Brown rather.
Yeah.
I didn't know they hit the rim, but they gave it to him anyways, and the next shot didn't go, so here comes Westminster. I thought my eyes deceived me. I thought maybe it missed the rim, but I guess it did tick off the rim.
Yeah, might have nipped it. Coach Forster telling him to slow it down here, get a good offensive possession.
So Will Molman takes it to the hoop anyway.
Molman just does a little turn.
44 to 31. They are playing well indeed. Dan Riley from way outside. Dribbles. That's pretty much how Century's night's gone tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
thought that might come back down on this through the circle instead of dribbled over top the backboard. And you don't have a lot of answers in a game like this when you're playing as good as Westminster is. Not that Century's playing all that bad, but their shots aren't falling.
Yeah, it's not falling.
Oh, a little bit of an airmail there from Zita. McLaughlin comes in for Braden Davis.
The Century's going to have to get something going here.
Doubling up in the corner. There's McLaughlin at the top. Simmons had a good first half, but like Devin said a minute ago, hasn't had a lot of good looks here in the second half.
Yeah, Shea's been doing a pretty good job. He's been on this side. He's kind of been watching him pretty good until
Simmons
he's forcing him to take quick
nice
shots.
Nice board by Riley. There's just not a lot open for Century.
Nah, they're doing Westminster's pretty active in this zone.
We're halfway through the quarter, and Century trails by 12, and there's a turnover. Trails by 13. I said 12, 13-point lead. Nice pass inside. Molman, and he fouled.
Every time they get that switch 100%. Or that heavy hedge, they're gonna. I know he wanted them to get it more in the. We talked about it in the beginning, getting it there in the first half. They had it a couple times in the first half too. So Coach Forrester must have really talked about that at one of the breaks. You have a team that heavy hedges or switches that, and you get them sealed behind you. That's a tough guard on that.
Especially when you have that size that Westminster does. Molman missed the first free throw. The second one, no good. And tipped out off of Greenwood's hands. Dan Riley wants a foul call. I'm not going to get it. But 2 missed free throws. Century still down, 44-31. I think Century might have wanted a kickball. Ooh, for a second, Charlie Molman was open. Yeah. But Westminster, the clock is on their side here, too, with just 3:20 to go. And a double-digit lead. Zeta, Molman up top. Over to Greenwood. Greenwood for 3. No good. You hear Century's coaches wanting the Knights to go. Good perimeter passing. Nate Brown for 3. Got it. And George Wander calls a timeout.
Timeout.
That cuts it to 10. 2:58 remaining. Full timeout for Century. So 3:28 to go. Excuse me, 2:58 to go. I got to run my readers more often. And you're looking at a double-digit lead for Westminster. I'm impressed. Right now, Devin, with how Westminster's handled this game.
Yeah, I am too. And I mean, forcing them to take. I mean, the Century's going to take a lot of threes, but they're kind of forcing them to rush a couple, especially here in the second half. Rush them shots at the end of the shot clock because they're forcing them to move the ball around. And I really think their length, Westminster's length, has gotten to Century here too. They're getting their hand on a lot of passes, a lot of deflections, gotten a couple steals.
And look, if half of those misses that Century's had go down, it's a different game. Yeah. That's part of the game too. But a lot of credit is to Westminster. They are making Century work for those open looks. The extra passes, extra pass times 2. And like you said a minute ago, you were right on. They're not taking shots until there's under 10 to go.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't really taken many early shots in the shot clock.
Can't do too much of that in the final 3 minutes if you want to try to get back in the game. So
yeah, not now. They can't. Not with only being 3 minutes left, down 10.
Right.
Like you said, Coach Wonder was saying, push the ball when they got the ball there. Usually they like to be fundamental, run their stuff, but hasn't been that many instances where they've been down. Hasn't been that many instances where they've been down this amount in this year. Probably not at all, because I think their Mount Hebron loss was really close.
It was. I think it was a 6 or 7 point loss. That's a foul McLaughlin, and that's foul number 5. That's 4 on him and 5 on the team. And so for the next 2:53, any more fouls put the Owls on the free throw line, and that's bad news if you're Century, if Westminster can convert these free throws.
Yeah, as we were talking earlier, no more 1-and-1. Gets the 5, automatic 2. So
resets after each quarter. So Brandon Barrett, his first free throw is good. So the Owls doing all this despite going right now. Let's see, 3 for 11 from the free throw line. 3 for 11, and you're up 9. So or up 11. See, there's a long 3.
See, the thing is though, with they did the same thing.
But that's going to be a foul on Westminster, I think.
Oh, they called it on the spot. 3's good, and then it's going to be Century's ball. Not many times you see that happen twice.
We've seen it twice in the night. So the 3 was good. It's 45-37. Inbound, and Riley almost got that to go. Here's Carter Simmons for a 3. That might have been a possession where you could have slowed it down a little bit. Here come the Owls, though. Greenwood right into the paint, and that's killer. That's killer right there.
Yeah, Set a couple good takes here in the second half.
Century had a chance there to really make it a difference. There's a long three that doesn't go. And Shea Greenwood is having himself a night.
Yeah.
2 minutes and back up by 10 are the Owls at 47-37.
It's running low on time. I was going to say with how many threes they, I mean, that connection in the second half has been.
It's been deadly.
Yeah.
The students chanting MVP for Will Molman.
It's getting a little late, but I was going to say with the way that, I mean, in the past and how many threes they take, they can easily get back in the game, but they're running a little low on time.
They are, and I think that last possession down there was a big one.
Yeah,
two ago, when they got the three, got the foul off the ball, got the ball back, and maybe went a little too quick. I mean, that's obviously their strategy there, but if they scored there, you're talking about a much different game. But here we are. Will Molman goes 2 for 3.
Yeah, Simon had those 3 threes in the first half, but he hasn't really got many clean looks here in the second half.
Nope. And there's one that's tapped back out, and that was knocked away, but Westminster already had out of bounds before the Owls touched it. So Westminster looking good here, up 12 with 1:45 to go. And if this holds, it'll be Century's first loss in the county as almost a steal. Greenwood will kick it back out top. Oh, almost a steal there too. Zita to the rack. Tonic Zita. 51-37 Westminster.
Sometimes you just have those nights from the outside, and they force them to take.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'd love to know how many threes Century's taken tonight.
I don't know if George Wonder wants to give me those stats based on how many they've made as opposed to how many they've missed, but it's been a lot. And a timeout call by Westminster. So this one looks like the Owls, full timeout. This one looks like the Owls will be handing Century their first loss in county play, and the first time they've lost in 2025.
Yep.
Remember, they had a 10-game winning streak coming into this game, and it's in serious jeopardy right now. And a lot of credit goes to John Forster and the Owls for putting together a really good game plan here.
Yeah. Fantastic game plan he's put together.
Just a reminder, stay with us after the game. I'll talk a little bit more with Devin about what we saw, and then we'll have a player of the game interview, the CMSportsNet player of the game. Stick around for that. And we'll talk about what else is in store here for the next week or so in Carroll County Athletic League sports action in the winter. Boy, it's hard to believe we're already almost mid-February.
It's crazy. March sports start March 1st, right?
Spring
sports, they start March 1st, right?
That's not only a few weeks away.
Crazy.
I'm glad you were able to come and join us again on the
really
broadcast.
Appreciate you having me.
We had a lot of fun last year. It was at Century, I believe.
Yep.
Might have been, I don't care, it was Winners Mill.
Yeah, it was Winners Mill Century.
Okay, so I definitely wanted to bring you back. I appreciate you coming out and helping us out.
No, I appreciate it any time. It's been a good one to watch.
You said we're going to be in for a treat. I didn't expect it to be this much of a margin, but it's been a treat to see Westminster run their game plan to almost perfection tonight against a really good Century team.
Yeah, I mean, you got to give it up to Coach Forrester. It's definitely a good game plan coming in tonight. When I watched them play earlier in the year, when I watched them play in the earlier, it was mostly all man. So this 2-3 zone wrinkle could be a good mix for playoffs coming up for them.
It's hard to believe when you see them play tonight that they're 8-9 on the season.
Yeah, I mean, they had some tough games out of conference like we talked about earlier, but yeah, like you said.
Shot clock violation, but it doesn't really matter right now, I don't think, with 47 seconds left. And half court now, Nate McLaughlin will give it to Nate Brown, who will take a long three. Wasn't his night tonight for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't. And sometimes you're going to have this.
I think Coach Forster wants to get his seniors back in there.
Yeah. You don't see many times where you see Century final score in the 30s.
Yeah, and like we said, their defense was holding teams under what, 42? I think it's 41.9. So very impressive tonight for the Owls on their home court on senior night.
Yeah, it was.
Century, I don't think we're going to even bother to take a shot. The final 10 seconds tick off. Century will dribble it out. Handshakes on the court. And that was an impressive performance by the home team. And that's it. Century's perfect season is over in Carroll County Athletic League play, and the county title has not yet been decided. Westminster back in the mix. Liberty likes this result. They're hanging in there as well, and just a very, very impressive performance. Like you said, you don't see too many teams hold Century to under 40 points. Now, again, a lot of missed shots tonight, and I know Coach Warner will be talking about that in practice, but I think a lot of credit goes to Westminster's defense.
No, yeah, I mean, a lot of credit goes to their defense, especially there in the second half. They forced them to a lot of tougher shots, as we talked about with the shot clock running down. Not really many standstill threes passing it, and they have to get it up before shot clock.
And hardly any looks underneath, which was obviously hard to do against Westminster's defense.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they got a couple there in the second quarter where they worked it inside. Riley got the layup in there. But yeah, in the second half, maybe they took one or two shots inside the three-point line. I can't really remember of that many. So they forced them to take a lot of outside shots, and Century just wasn't hitting.
No doubt. All right, time for us to step aside one more time. We got some more post-game coverage for you coming your way. Stick around for more of the CMSportsNet Game of the Week here from Westminster. We'll be coming right back.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carryout, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Carroll Indoor Sports Center, celebrating its 30th season. 66,000 square feet of fields and courts. Rain or shine, multiple soccer and lacrosse leagues. Artificial turf fields and courts to rent. Party rooms and snack bar available. Summer camp for the kids. Safe indoor environment for athletes of all ages. Carroll Indoor Sports Center, your sport, anytime.
Welcome back to our post-game coverage of the CMSportsNet Game of the Week from Westminster High School. Owls victorious 51-37 over the previously unbeaten in the county Century Knights. Pat Stetzer and Devin Lesniak back with you in the gym. We're going to look at some of the second half highlights from this one, and that's where the game really turned. I think it was a one-point game when Tonigzita hit that three. Not saying that was the spark, but it certainly got them going in the right direction, and not just really impressed with their effort in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, their
all
effort,
game, but
all game, but definitely the second half and length definitely got to them. Got to Century, I think.
I mean, their offense was, again, 51 points. That's good for them. They score a little more than that usually. But the way their defense really clamped down on Century, and they get started with the zone, right?
Yeah.
Their ability to make Century or have to, their defense made Century work for those shots. I thought that was key to the game.
Yeah, they did. They definitely made them work for their shots, and like we talked about earlier, they just, especially in the second half. I mean, they took a lot of tough shots, and Westminster deserved to get the W tonight.
It's pretty good when you've got a win like that and a convincing one at that, and you shot 5 for 12 from the free throw line. Didn't have to. They were just, the way they were able to get inside. It was also good to see the inside-outside between the Woolman brothers. Shea Greenwood was in on that too. Tonic Zeta, he got to the basket. I mean, there wasn't too many things you could complain about if you're a Westminster Owls basketball fan.
Yeah, I mean, Shea had some really good takes to the basket there in the second half, and the moment-to-moment connection.
Look at this comparison right here. Century 10 threes, 3 twos tonight as compared to the 14 two-pointers from Westminster.
Yeah.
That's the story of the game right there. I mean,
it was
10 threes. You're thinking, oh, what a great night. We killed somebody, and they only scored 37 points. Yeah. And there you go. Your leading scorers, Danny O'Reilly for Century, 12 points, and Shea Greenwood, who we'll be hearing from him momentarily, 15 points. 2 big threes for the junior, and I know it was senior night, but Shea Greenwood was a big reason why the Owls were victorious.
Without a doubt.
All right, my man, Devin Lesniak, we appreciate it as always. Thanks for joining us on the broadcast. Always fun to talk basketball with you.
Yeah,
we saw, like you said, we were in for a treat. We saw a good one here tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
Stick around. We're going to be right back. We're going to let Devin go. When we come back, we'll have the CMSportsNet Player of the Game, and then we'll wrap things up from Westminster High School. So don't go away. The Game of the Week is going to wrap things up here just in a moment.
Adult volunteers are needed for robotics tournaments. First Chesapeake, part of a global robotics community for youth ages 4 to 18, seeks adult volunteers to serve as referees, judges, and support staff at tournaments across Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, and West Virginia, each year from November to April. No robotics experience is required. These free events inspire youth to explore STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, while fostering leadership and teamwork. Volunteer today. Sign up online at firstchesapeake.org/volunteer. Let's gear up for the future.
CMSportsNet Player of the Game is brought to you by Genova's To Go and by Anne Arundel Dermatology.
Welcome back, CMSportsNet Player of the CMSportsNet Game of the Week, and I'm back with the CMSportsNet Player of the Game, Shea Greenwood, Westminster High School. Congrats on the win, Shea.
Thank you.
15 points. I know you hit a couple threes there. Let's talk first about the first time you guys played them. They won on their court, and I just mentioned to you before we came on the air. You know that zone. You did that the first time, right? No,
no,
you did not.
Right.
What changed this time around?
So, I mean, coming into the game, we were thinking that's a great shooting team. They normally don't have zones thrown at them, and I mean, we've been working that on that zone all week, extending that 2-3 up, forcing them off the line. You know, they don't see a lot of 2-3 zones. Oftentimes, you can shoot out of that, but we extended it, and we talked and we communicated and we played together, and we just threw something at them that we didn't think they'd expect.
They got back into it, excuse me, late in the second quarter. Tonic hits that three that sort of beats the buzzer, and there's a long way to go. But did that give you guys a little bit of spark at halftime? Really, okay, we got through the first half, our zone worked, now we can go into attack.
That was huge. He hit back-to-back shots, and I mean, that one at the buzzer, that's always a great momentum shift. You know, when you hit a shot at the buzzer, the crowd goes wild. You know, everyone's feeling good. Went into the locker room. Defense was great in the first half. I thought the defense was very stout throughout the game. And, that three just propelled us, kept the energy going.
And then you guys were able to use the inside-outside as well. You hit some threes, of course, but Will to Charlie, yourself, Tonic got in there. I mean, just the way you guys were able to do it both ways, hitting the perimeter shots and scoring down low, that makes you guys tough to beat when you're firing like that.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a lot of work on that this year, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Focus on inside out. Yep. Getting Charlie and Will involved. #1 priority. We can always get the shots outside, but getting those shots inside, getting the game going, start making that, physical, putting the dominance on the floor right away, setting that tone early on in the game is huge.
You had those 6 threes, I think, on Monday against FSK. Hit a couple more tonight. But I wanted to ask you, too, about the defense. And we talked about this, Devin and I did. So Century, you held them under 40 points.
Yes.
I mean, that doesn't happen all that often. That's really got to be a testament to what you guys worked on defensively and just what you can do when you guys are working all together as one.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's always a dogfight when we play those guys. I feel like a lot of times it's low scoring. There's a mutual respect, but we. At the end of the day, we're going to compete, and we're going to come out here, and we're going to give each other our best, and I think that's what happens.
Well, I'm glad you said that, because I'll wrap it up with this. Had they won, they win the county because they would have beaten you twice. And they were, Now the door is open.
The door is open.
And when the season started, I think I'd be lying if maybe not a lot of people had Westminster as a potential county champion, but here you guys are. And you came into this game, I think, 8-9 overall and 8-2 in the county. What's the makeup of this team? When did you guys realize that, hey, we are pretty good here, too? I know we played some tough out-of-county games, but they had a chance to wrap it up, and you guys are now still involved. That's got to make you guys feel pretty good. Yeah,
it's been a season of ups and downs, but we're just finding that consistency of no matter wins or losses, we're working hard, we're getting better each and every game. Our Coach Forster was saying all season, by mid to late January, we're going to start clicking. That's when our games are start rolling. And I think that we're starting to find our groove, and we realize that we can compete with anybody.
All right, well, congrats on a great game tonight.
Thank you.
You certainly did, and you're still in the county mix here. I want to thank Shea Greenwood, our CMSportsNet player of the game. That'll wrap things up here from the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. I want to thank Devin Lesniak for joining me on the broadcast. A big thanks to Brian Tomes, the AD at Westminster High School. It's senior night, like Shea said, so the Owls get the win on senior night. Be sure to catch all of our high school sports content online on Facebook and YouTube, and you can watch us, of course, on cable channel HD 1072. You can also follow us on Instagram at CMSportsNet Action. I know Shea does. I'm sure he does. So for Shea Greenwood, Devin Lesniak, and Brian Tomes, I'm Pat Stetzer saying have a good rest of your Friday night, have a good weekend, and we'll see you guys next time.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
There's a lot about Sarah and Tara that's exactly alike. They drink the same coffee, they have the same great job, and they both have a high-quality education. The only difference? Sarah spent her first 2 years at Carroll Community College, getting the same exceptional education, but at less than half the cost. So while Tara uses her paycheck to make student loan payments, Sarah can use hers for other things, like going out for coffee. Get started at carrollcc.edu.
Carroll Indoor Sports Center, celebrating its 30th season. 66,000 square feet of fields and courts. Rain or shine, multiple soccer and lacrosse leagues. Artificial turf fields and courts to rent. Party rooms and snack bar available. Summer camp for the kids. Safe indoor environment for athletes of all ages. Carroll Indoor Sports Center. Your sport, anytime.